Hey, what's up? And today we're back with another video. It's been a bit of a while since I recorded last, and I apologize for that. Except, I've just lacked the motivation, I guess. So, got a new game from Steam called Kyle is Famous. And I guess we're gonna play it. Also, sorry for the background noise, I'm chewing gum, and I have a kitten. We got him December 22nd. Sorry. Anyways, Kyle wakes up, and he is famous. Kyle is the host of the most popular talk show in recent memory, Stay Up Late with Kyle. Stay Up Late with Kyle has grown in popularity in the last year, and the public has noticed more. I never sneezed just once. 3 times. Most I've seen was like around 12 sneezes in a row, so yeah. Inside has called Kyle a most excellent dumpy white man. Top Tech noted Kyle is inspiring youth to explore STEM fields. 4 sneezes. Kyle's first decision of the morning was made wisely. Wither away or exit the bed. So I have to wisely. Wither away. Exit the bed. Logically, I should exit the bed. Kyle exited his bed and took a quick glance around his bedroom. Open the closet, sit at the desk, scavenge. Exit bedroom to hallway. Probably open the closet. Kyle opened the closet. It was dark and he could only really see his hanging shirts. Back to the bedroom. She's an outfit. Kyle decided to take some time. Wait, I'm a night show host. Why am I just waking up? Anyways. Oh, well, I have 27 hours. Kyle decided to choose some time to perfect outfit, knowing how important his appearance is. Suit of armor, slick suit, skunk pasties, jeans, and swimming goggles. Obviously a suit of armor. Kyle miraculously crammed his dumpy body into the suit. His chest pockets were filled with random knickknacks. Kyle returned to the center of the bedroom. It took me an hour to do that. Over 5 hours, technically. Kyle returned to the center of the bedroom, opened the closet, scavenged, exit bedroom to hallway. Kyle walked into the small hallway that connected the rooms of his apartments together. Wow, these hours are really flying by. Check the locked doors, leave the apartment, return to the bedroom, move to kitchen. Kyle walked to the center of the kitchen. Open fridge. Kyle opened the fridge to find something to eat. Eat crust on fridge wall. Eat the fridge. Eat condiments. Prepare breakfast. I'd love to eat the fridge, so I'm gonna do it. Kyle pointed his neck directly upwards and hoisted the fridge on top of his face. Somehow, miraculously, he wrapped his mouth around the device and he started to swallow. In one slow, horrible movement, the fridge slid down Kyle's throat. After many gurgles, pops, and snaps, Kyle felt relatively sure the fridge would not come back out. The fridge had food in it. I had a healthy breakfast. Maybe more than just a healthy breakfast and a fridge. Kyle walked to the center of the kitchen. I'm still hungry. Kyle wanted to access the pantry, but found it locked with a small keyhole. Back to the kitchen. Going to the hallway. Why is my pantry locked, and why don't I know where the key is? How often do I eat breakfast? I probably need to buy a new fridge. Siri, can I buy a new fridge, please? Where? She's ignoring me. Kyle walked into the small hallway that connected the rooms of his apartment together. I don't think I have much time, so I'm leaving the apartment. Kyle walked out of the middle of it, long pondering around him. Visit downstairs neighbor, visit tech store, return to the apartment. Tech store. Kyle walked into the clean white store. He was greeted by Techno Jim, an elaborated cutout mascot with flashlights. I'm just going back to the street. I'm going to visit downstairs neighbor. Kyle approached his downstairs neighbor's door and knocked. Middle-aged woman named Gabby answered the door. She looked at Kyle expectantly, greet and start a conversation. Good morning, neighbor, said Kyle cheerfully. Gabby looked at Kyle expectantly. Ask Gabby about Gabby. I'm gonna ask her about Rachel. Gabby, Kyle, what are your true thoughts about Rachel May Moore? Rachel, Gabby said, she's a wonderful woman. Her generous acts have inspired more good work than bad. Gabby trailed off, not to meet Kyle's eyes. More. I have 5 hours left. 4 hours. After several uncomfortable minutes of silence, Kyle turned around and left. I'm gonna return to the apartment. How often am I in my apartment? Force the door with forehead. Kyle decided it would be best to try to force the door with his forehead. Kyle hurried to the set. Sitting across from his host chair was a glamorous woman with an air of genuinity. Kyle approached her. Rachel looked up and smiled. Good evening, Kyle, she said, looking him in the eyes. I've been looking forward to being here. Kyle responded. Forget her name from amnesia. Hello, you. Kyle's ears began to ring from his concussion. That is why you don't hit closet doors with your head. Rachel looked at Kyle, slightly confused, but continued smiling. Before she noticed the glance look in Kyle's ears, the producer approached. Time to get started, he said, putting a hand on Kyle's shoulder. Let's get stationed. Kyle sat in the nearest chair. Rachel, her seat stolen, sat in the host chair. What is this noise? A moment after seating, the studio lights brightened and the cameras clicked on. Good morning, everyone, said Kyle. My name is, Kyle made a desperate effort to remember his name, or really anything. Kyle looked at Rachel. Do you know who I am? He asked. Rachel looked back confused. Who are you? Well, if you're not Kyle, I don't know who you are, Rachel smiled sweetly. Kyle made up his mind that he was probably Kyle. Well, he said, I'm Kyle. A long silence followed. Eventually, Rachel spoke again. And I'm Rachel. Hi, everyone, she waved. Hi, Rachel, said Kyle. So why are you here? Rachel was visibly worried. Haha, funny, she said. Were you planning on asking me any questions? I mean, I don't have any ideas, said Kyle. Kyle kept staring at Rachel, creepily, a long, silent stare. Kyle looked around and noticed the crew. Who on earth are all of you? He asked. Nobody answered. Kyle got out of his chair, walked off frame, leaving Rachel alone with millions of viewers. Rachel started to attempt to entertain the audience herself. Eventually, the producer ended the broadcast early due to technical issues. Kyle woke up next to his bed the next day, remembering nothing about what happened. Kyle forgot everything. Okay, then. I got amnesia. So there's a million ways this can go. Kyle Santa, available now. Let me check this. Nothing much was there. Kyle wakes up, he's famous. Skip. Kyle's first decision was made in the morning wisely. Wither away. Kyle decided to stay put and wither away. Kyle withered successfully and died. Aw shucks. Kyle's now a ghost. This does not relieve him of his responsibilities. Get out of bed anyways. Kyle exited his bed and quickly glanced and took a quick glance around his bedroom. I'm gonna scavenge. Kyle quickly crouched on the floor, realizing his immediate need for gossip. Kyle formally pressed his ear into the carpet, hoping to hear some stray words from the neighbors below. I heard Rachel May is going on a trip out of the country soon. Oh, girlfriend, tell me more. Well, what I will tell you, every night I don a mask that looks like a bug and fight Miss Dewars. There was a stunned silence. Then a door opened and someone exited the neighbor's apartment. That's quite enough. Kyle returned to the center of the bedroom. Sit at desk. Write notes for interview. Kyle wrote down his first questions. Am I a mother? Beef mashed or blended? Ever eaten a raw egg whole? What are some diet tips? Kyle wrote down his third questions. Do you ever smile? I purposely ran over a puppy. Kyle wrote down his last questions. Do you feel guilty? Are you guilty? What's your guilty pleasure? Are you guilty? Kyle ripped his page of notes out from the notebook and got a desk. Back to desk. Kyle made his way over to the desk and sat down. Kyle returned to the center of the room. Exit hallway. I'm gonna move to kitchen. Open fridge. Kyle opened the fridge intending to find something to eat. Who wouldn't? Kyle started to grab the condiments from the fridge, squirting them into his mouth with both hands. The rate at which ketchup, soy sauce, and other items entered Kyle's mouth soon overrode his ability to swallow. Kyle spewed the excess condiments across the kitchen, covering the furniture and walls. Kyle continued until all the condiments had been emptied. Kyle walked to the center of the kitchen. I'm gonna check lock. Kyle walked to the strange door in the hallway, but found quickly that the door was locked from the inside. I am a ghost, I forgot. Kyle used his ghostly powers to walk straight through the door. Kyle found himself in the room stashed with various items sent to him by fans. Well, that's how to get inside. Leaving the apartment. Kyle hurried to the set. Per normal, he ceased to be a ghost before he arrived. Sitting across from his host was a glamorous woman with an air of genuity. As Kyle approached her, Rachel looked up and smiled. Rachel's smile quickly turned to shock as she realized Kyle had not put on clothes that day. Kyle waved and smiled broadly. Rachel uncomfortably averted her eyes. Kyle started making his rounds around the room, greeting each crew member, none of whom looked at him directly. As it became apparent that Kyle had no intention of leaving, Rachel made some excuses and exited the set. One by one, the crew followed suit. Kyle was left all alone. Okay. I'm going to exit the bed this time. Kyle exited his bed and took his quick glance around the room. Scavenge. Bugs. Kyle picked up between the fuzz of his carpet, hoping to catch a stray beetle or two. Soon he had a small handful of various insects, dead and alive. Eat immediately. That fixes dinner. Kyle threw back his head and crammed the sticky, wriggling mass into his mouth. He felt refreshed. I'm going to open the closet. I don't want to... I don't want to be unclothed. Kyle decided to choose the perfect outfit. I don't know what this is. I really want to do a suit of armor. I'm doing a suit of armor. Kyle was unsure of what exactly caused him to decide to wear his armor. Why do you even own armor? But it felt like the right thing to do. After much squeezing and sweating, Kyle managed to wrap the metal suit up around his dumpy self. So I have breakfast covered, I can leave apartment. I'm gonna ask for free samples. I have plenty of time. The attendant gave Kyle a confused and slightly vacant look. Kyle began to beg for a free sample. Like, this is a tech store. Wanting Kyle to leave this, the attendant grabbed the decrepit phone meant for spare parts and held it out. Grabbing with my teeth, who doesn't? Kyle firmly clamped his mouth around the outstretched phone, creating several teeth holes in the screen. Kyle grunted and yanked with his head until the attendant let go of the phone. The phone is now Kyle's to use forever. If it weren't broken. Kyle walked into the clean white tech store. He was greeted by Techno Jim in an elaborate... I'm gonna steal him. Who wouldn't? Quickly, before the attendant could acknowledge him, Kyle grabbed Techno Jim by the shoulders. Finding that Techno Jim's cardboard feet were bolted to the ground, Kyle started to pull upwards forcefully. After several tugs, Techno Jim broke free, leaving one foot and a leg behind. Who's Techno Jim anyways? Kyle glanced at the attendant, who was staring bewildered, and ran outside. Continue on with my day as if nothing happened. Go back to the apartment. Avoid getting amnesia this time. Don't want to get amnesia, so bye. And well, I didn't have any time. Kyle hurried to the set. Sitting across from his host chair was a glamorous woman with an air of genuinity. Every time this word trips me up. As Kyle approached her, Rachel looked up and smiled. "Good evening, Kyle," she said, and looking him in the eyes. "I've been looking forward to being here." "I want to do that, but I'm gonna do this," Kyle responded. "It's tempting." Kyle started to stretch his arms wide, tilted his neck upwards, and was interrupted by his producer telling him and Rachel that it was time to start the show. A moment after seating, the studio lights brightened and camera clicked on. "Good evening, everyone," said Kyle, looking at the camera. "Welcome back to Stay Up Late with Kyle." Kyle vomited all the horrible things he had eaten earlier on the floor. Rachel looked at Kyle concerned and gave a couple of coughs and decided to play it cool and keep running the show. Kyle stopped, then vomited again, then continued with his shaky voice. "Tonight I have the pleasure of interviewing the lovely Rachel May, who needs no more introduction." Kyle motioned to Rachel, who smiled and waved at the camera. "Hello, Kyle," she said. "I'm glad to be here." "Well, I'm sure we'll have a lot to discuss, so we might as well dive right in." "I'm very ready," said Rachel with a winning smile. In shock, Kyle realized he had never bothered to prepare any notes for the interview. Knowing he had a million eyes on him, Kyle came up with a solution quickly. Play dead. I'm gonna blame her. "Rachel, I need to be honest. You are not terribly interesting, and I could not think of anything I should ask you. In fact," continued Kyle, "I would far rather interview a fish than you. And furthermore, I'm not sure I could tell the difference between you and a fish." Kyle leaned back in his chair and desperately hoped the blame had shifted adequately. Rachel glowered at Kyle. Kyle glowered back. Rachel left the studio. Kyle no longer had guest and spent the next 42 minutes staring at the camera silently. Kyle prepared by blaming others. No clothes, blamed Rachel, had amnesia. That's it for today. I really hope you enjoyed this video. I'm just clicking start because to get rid of that music. But I'm sorry, the video has to end. I like this video. If you would like to see, like the video if you'd like to see more of this content. I have another great game. It has to do with you. Not literally you, but someone named you. Yeah, that will come out probably a day or two after this. I will try to get back into the going of making videos more often. I'm sorry I hadn't been doing that recently. But yeah, thank you for watching this video. Like, subscribe, maybe turn on notifications. I'm not forcing you to do anything, though. Have a great day. Pet your dog. Don't pet your friends. Be kind. Be you. And I'll see you next time. Bye!